What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of the Brandon Janeau Show. As you already know, I am Brandon Janeau as well. Like always, go follow me on YouTube, Brandon Janeau Show. Shout out to everybody's liking the videos on there, commenting on the videos on there. Appreciate it. Social media, Brandon Janeau Show is on Instagram, TikTok, and of course Facebook. They have the Brandon Janeau Show on Facebook, so if you type that in, it's Brandon Janeau Show on Facebook, Brandon Janeau Show on Instagram and TikTok, though social media sites. And of course, like always, man, just podcast platforms everywhere. It's Brandon Janeau Show. Now, you might have to space it depending on some of these sites, some of these podcast platforms. They might make you have to space it, but if you space it, it's still Brandon Janeau Show. Um, as you can see, it's Janeau. And I hope you guys enjoy this, man. This episode, I really, really do, man. And I got a new episode out right now. uh, it's the debate, Life and Times of Music. The debate. Me, I'm discussing my favorite two albums from one of my favorite artists, Drake, of his discography, Take Care versus Nothing Was the Same, and that's out right now. So go listen to it, find out which album I picked from his discography. I just posted also on social media and on my YouTube channel um, some photos of what's coming next on Life of Times of Music, particularly the albums I will be talking about, the in the debates that I will be doing. So that's coming soon. Season 7 is officially in swing, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode because this is also Life of Times with music. Also, be on the lookout this Sunday. I will be start posting clips maybe tomorrow, maybe what shit today is Thursday. Holy fuck. Today is Thursday. Fuck, holy shit. Um, yeah, holy fuck. Yeah, today's Thursday. Shit. Um, so I might start posting clips tomorrow. Yeah, I definitely will start posting clips tomorrow because the episode comes Sunday. So I'll probably start posting clips tomorrow. Maybe tonight. Might start posting clips tonight on social media about the next episode dropping that Sunday, which is going to be the Royal Rumble Rate and Review Show for Life Wrestling Life. And I will be doing my first, which this will be out. This will be later, but I will already have done it. My first SmackDown Live review show, so on Instagram Live. So when you hear this, that will be where I'll be doing my Wrestling Life SmackDown review shows. But until then, let's get into today's episode, and that is Life and Times for Music. Big Sean. Let's get into it. So I've done this Life and Times of Music's music. What I've taken all types of artists. Now I'm doing albums. Now I'm doing albums debates on albums. Now I'm doing so many things. I do particular just a album I love in the discography that I'm just like, this is the best album I feel like. Um so yeah, but this is fun for me, man. I enjoy this, and this is where this gets a little bit interesting, man, because Big Sean is one of my favorite rappers. I actually think when you actually talk about the decade of the 2010s, he don't get enough respect. I think he doesn't get enough respect. I feel like the man is actually really fucking good. You know, he's one of the best rappers. He don't get the respect he deserves. Now, I don't know why. I mean, if y'all love Kanye, Kanye signed him. Like, and he gets no respect. Like, none. Good God. You know, but let's get into it. So the first time I ever heard Big Sean ever was on Cooler Than Me, which was a Mike Posner song back in 2009, but the remix came out like 2010. No, the song came out like late 2009, early 2010. But Cooler Than Me remix came out like 2010, and that's the first time I heard Big Sean rapping at the end of the song, and I'm like, oh, this kind of dope. I like the song already. I like Cooler Than Me. Thought the song was really dope. And then I heard the remix and Big Sean's on, it, and I'm like, who's this dude? And then 2000, late 2010 going into 2011, that's when Big Sean became, more visible for the eyes, and everybody heard about him. Of course, he started running with good music, and of course, um, he was doing a lot of mixtapes, a lot of freestyles. But of course, his first album came out in 2011, which was Finally Famous, which celebrated its 10-year anniversary 2021. Um, yeah, holy shit, 2021. Um, and this project was, you know, uh, his first project. It was his debut album. Um, to be honest, I didn't like it. I didn't like Finally Famous at all. It had some hits, of course, like every debut album has. It has hits. Of course, I liked My Last when it first came out. Like Chris Brown at the time was just kind of coming back from all of his shit, and Chris Brown was so red hot. So for him to get, you know, Chris Brown on his song, that kind of was like, oh wow, Chris Brown endorsed this dude, so he must be something special. And My Last was fire. It was a fire fucking song. I thought the shit was dope. Um, and then of course, Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay comes out with Roscoe Dash and man, I gotta do a unsung fucking one of these one time because Roscoe Dash, it's like Roscoe Dash. So many people that like had a early blitz and then they just like faded. Like I don't know what the fuck happened. Him, K Camp, it's a lot of them. I'm gonna think about that. But Roscoe Dash and then Kanye on that one. Uh, you know, and as we've gotten older now and we've seen Big Sean and Kanye's relationship, it's interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like that was one of his first artists he ever signed to good music. He really believed in this guy, and to see them on a song and Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay, I never liked Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay. I thought it was dope. I thought it was a cool song. But it just never hit for me. I never thought it was a really good song. He also did a song called "I Do It," which was also a song off the of a Finally Famous. 2011, the only song that people would probably say they fucked with heavy off of that Finally Famous is "Dance," which is ass. You know, when him and Nicki Minaj was the remix, and Nicki was so fucking red hot at that time. Like for her to jump on that song, so for her to jump on that song it was just that made him a star. Like Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay didn't do a lot for him. My Last kind of got his name out there, but Ass gave him another fucking trajectory. And you're like, all right, he got something. And then I started listening to the verses that he was putting out in 2011. The first time I heard a verse from him, of course, was might have been Wiz Khalifa, Cabin Fever. He owned like two songs off that mixtape from Wiz Khalifa, and it was phone numbers for him and Trader Troop. And matter of fact, I don't even think he got a verse on that bitch. I think he was just freestyle. I think he was just doing a hook. No, I do got a verse. He had a verse at the end. I'm tripping. He had a verse at the end. But he also does the hook on phone numbers, which is really dope. But of course, the song that everybody remembers is "Gang Bang" when he was on there with Wiz, and that bitch was like legendary. His verse off that bitch is still fucking great. But he said, I tell a bitch, buy down to a motherfucking G, ho. I work hard, I drink slow. Like, yeah, that shit was fire. He caught that beat, man. That nigga was running that shit. I was like, God damn. My picture's always on. My car got my tip to the campground, and my picture's always on your bitch background. Like voila, it's just me inside hot, younger enough to be your son, but she called me Big Papa. She gave me oh nana. Then I disappeared like Tada. And then I disappeared like voila, smoking on that Tada. Now who in the fuck gonna stop us? I was like, yeah, damn, that shit fire. That verse, and then he did Two Chains, True Religion mixtape, and KO. Oh, that shit was so fire. And that's what made me a fan of Big Sean. Because his album didn't do enough for me. I was like, yeah, that's alright. But when I started hearing his verses off those songs, I'm like, oh, nah, nigga, I'm sleeping on this nigga. This nigga actually rap for real, for real. And then this verse off of KO with Two Chains, like what he said, I do it. I'm sipping and rolling, I'm rolling and sipping. What he said, damn, what he said, shit. I'm burning red purple. I'm burning purpose champagne and it's a real nigga emotion. I'm living my life like the end is approaching. Niggas talk shit, but that's free promotion. I'm living my life like the end. Man, fuck these niggas with a passion. I'm getting money from the cradle to the casket. My mom. My grandma said, "Boy, you need to boy, you need to read the Bible chapter till I bought a house, ass a house bigger than our pastors. Hallelujah! You fucking with a bad bitch connoisseur. God damn, yeah, that nigga was rapping. Man. I was like, God damn, that nigga kill KO. And I was like, yo, maybe I'm tripping, man. And then I think, and then it goes into 2012, and that's when I really became a Big Sean fan because he dropped Detroit mixtape. This shit was legendary. Like Detroit mixtape was legendary, and I remember like being like, I fuck Big Sean. I like some of his songs. I like his verses. I can do it. I listen to the shit, and I'm like, ooh. I'm like, if his albums are like this, then he gonna do something. He gonna have something very special. And I feel like that's kind of how it went, man. He dropped this project. This mixtape was such a phenomenal mixtape. I think it's one of the best mixtapes of the last decade. Like it's up there. The kind of the 20-year stretch of mixtape game is up there. It's up there. Now it's on streaming services. So if you haven't heard that mixtape, which is kind of crazy, um, go listen to it. Like it's one of the best mixtapes I heard. You know, um, and then the collaborations he had on there. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Ross the 5'9". He had stories from Common and excuse me, Jeezy, and he had so many people on that project, man. Fresh Montana, and you know, yeah, man, that mixtape was crazy. Wale and him, like him and Wiz had a song on that mixtape. Like he has so many songs off the Detroit. Janae Aiko and him was killing shit on that mixtape. So Chris Brown, like yeah, man, Detroit mixtape is probably one of my favorite mixtapes I've ever heard. Like it's up there. It's that's what made me a fan. I'm like, damn, if he go into the next album like this, man, he gonna kill it. And of course, also the verses he was doing in 2012, where the good the cruel summer mixtape, this cruel summer compilation project comes out, which is good music, and he jumps on Mercy. Mercy comes out. He's kills Mercy. Like uh say yay, say yay, don't we do this every day? Huh? This is a like, huh? I was like, oh shit, skirt, skirt. Like, and then of course he does Click with Jay and Kanye, which bro, you want a song with Jay and Kanye, you better show the fuck up and show out, nigga. Like that's you might not get another chance with Jay and Kanye, and to be on a song with them and hold his own, that's crazy. Uh, so 2012, and then he also did a song with Tiger, "I'm Gone," which was fire. Um, and it goes into the Hall of Fame album, which again, at that time, his albums were not living up to what I've heard from him. He had hits, he had some songs, but he just didn't have the body of work that I was like looking for. I'm like, damn, this nigga, he kills verses, he kills mixtapes. Like, okay, where's the fucking album? And I just didn't feel it. I didn't feel it for Hall of Fame. And of course, if you know anything about the time that Hall of Fame drops in 2013, that's around the time that he does his Kendrick Lamar verse off of Hall of Fame, which is Control, and he gets seemingly bodied by Kendrick Lamar. But if you ask me, I like Big Sean's verse. Big Sean was first off that song, and he killed Control. Like if you actually listen to it, if you didn't know what was coming next, you probably would say Big Sean had the best verse off that fucking song. Like let's be real, he had the best verse off that song. But then he got like flat for like having Kendrick on his song and pretty much dissing this nigga on his song. And a lot of people got on him for that. And Hall of Fame was cool. It was decent. Beware with him, Janae Aiko and Lil Wayne. You had 10 to 10. I like the remix better. I think the remix is fire with him, Ross, and Travis Scott. That shit is fire. Uh, Guap, Guap is fire. That's a fire fucking song. Um, Fire, which if you actually watch the video, I think him and Miley Cyrus is in a video for Fire. But Hall of Fame wasn't a bad album. It just I felt like at that time he just didn't have, and he also put Moolah on there. He also did the Moolah remix on there. I felt like it wasn't a bad album. It wasn't a bad album. It just wasn't the mixtape, and I felt like, damn, if he would have put that on this, he would have killed it. And of course, like I said, Control in 2013 kind of shocked it. But also in 2013, he also dropped. another couple of verses where you just like this nigga here, bro. Like nothing was the same. I just did, like I said, nothing was the same just recently. For the Drake situation, the Drake thing, nothing was the same. All Me, his All Me verse, 2013. Like, oh, shut the fuck up. I got way too much of my mint to like, god damn, nigga. It's one of them, man. Like he is just that dude, man. He had so many verses, but it just felt like he was missing the album. He was missing the fucking album. And then 2014 comes out, and 2014 comes, and then I don't fuck with you. Like, god damn. I don't fuck with you drops. And it's just like, oh, fuck, he got a hit. Like, he got a real hit. And I'm like, man, if this fucking album does what it needs to do, he will, yes, it could finally be. And he finally did it. Dark Sky Paradise comes out in 2015, and it just shows you this man can fucking go. Man, songs on there, man. I don't fuck with you. Blessings with him and Drake. Playing no games with him, Chris Brown, Ty Dolla Sign. Him and Janae Aiko got like two songs off that project. Win some and lose some. You had also what's the other damn song? God damn it. I forgot the other damn song that they did together. Oh, that fucking project. But yeah, but him and Janae Aiko, y'all know what the fucking song I'm talking about. I know. That's what I think is, yeah, I know. Him and Ariana Grande, because they were dating at that time. Research. Uh, that song fucking hard. Like, him and Lil Wayne. Oh man, him and Wayne. When them niggas get together, they kill shit. Like I forgot my homie still, which was I think in 2012. My homie still 2012, yeah, off of like yeah, my homie still with him and Wayne. That was the first time them niggas collabed. Which I did not like that song, so that's probably why I forgot it. I just did not like that fucking song. But yeah, man, 2015, Big Sean was different. You can tell, like, oh shit, he finally is in the conversation. There it is. He finally is in the conversation. Because I always felt like, to me personally, it's been like, everybody says like this three-headed race, but I feel like Big Sean should have got more love. He's truly like if you had to ask me the decade best rappers, the 2010 best rappers decade wise, it would have been for me J. Cole, Drake, Kendrick, Nicki, Big Sean. And Nicki only jumps in because her impact is so massive. Like her impact was bigger than Sean's, but his lyrical ability and his ability to keep going, like Sean would have been on my top five. Like he's in my top five of the best rappers of 2010s. Like he's in it. Um, And Dark Sky Paradise was one of those reasons. Like he finally fucking showed people, yo, I could fucking do this. He had it. Him and Kanye had some songs on there, but the album finally gave you what you were looking for Big Sean. It was like I said, the first two albums is kind of like, okay, you just throwing this shit out here. I don't even know if you really trying to. And now you hear maybe like, which I'm gonna get into, but you hear maybe he probably was just throwing those two albums out there just to probably get out of the situation he was in. But Dark Side Paradise was finally the album that I think he finally fucking got it. Which leads it to 2016, 2017, where he drops I decide, I decided, I decided album, which was another good body of work. Like I fucked with that project. I thought it was a really good hanging halfway off the balcony. Um, uh, of course, bounce back, but I didn't really like bounce back like that. I got the moves. I didn't like that fucking song either. Yeah, I like the songs I like. Sunday morning Jack Pack with him in a dream was fire. Him and Jeremiah, man, is such a uplifting. The light, oh, that shit is such an uplifting song. I like that song a lot, man. Him and Amigos, like him and Amigos even did that song on that project. That shit was fire. I like that song. Like, but yeah, I decided it was actually a really good body of work. A lot of people slept on it. I don't know why, but I thought it was a really good fucking body of work. It's another song that you oh fuck, but it's another song that he killed. He also did a compilation project with his now child's mother. Janae Aiko, 2088. I didn't listen to the project like that, but I love when they do songs together. Like I think those two together, when they do songs, they have a they have an incredible chemistry when they do songs. But Janae Aiko has incredible chemistry with any person she got on songs with. I mean, I can literally tell you, "Sparks Fly" with J Cole is the best song I've ever heard. But also, I can say "From Time" with her and Drake is crazy. Like her and Chris Brown got hits. Like this shit is she was killing shit. She's one of those that fit every artist, and I feel like her and Big Sean they just mesh clearly. So like clearly, um, but I decided it was such a really good project, and then he kind of did like a couple EP. He did an EP uh with Metro Boomin, and the EP was kind of slept on. I'm gonna be honest, the EP was kind of slept on. Like it was really fucking good. Like the EP was actually really good. Him and Travis Scott, the first song, do you know where you're going to? Yeah, like he took Diana Ross sample and just ran that shit with Travis Scott. That bitch was so fire. Him and Thug got a bang on that bitch. Like it was yeah, that EP was really good. I'm in tune, I'm in tune, I'm in tune, yeah, yeah, I'm in tune, I'm in tune. like like that is just a really dope fucking yeah. That was a really dope EP, man. It was a really good EP. Um, which kind of leads into Detroit 2, which I thought was, like I said, one of the best mixtapes I heard in a decade. And so I was really hyped to hear Detroit 2. And it lived up to what I thought it would. It did. It lived up to what I thought it would. He got some good songs on that fucking project, man. Him and Nip, of course. But Wolves with him and Post Malone. Um, my favorite song off that project is "Guard Your Heart" with him, Anderson .Paak, Wale, and Wale, and it's one of my favorite songs off that project. Like I think that is I listened to that project, and that was my first song I heard that I was just like, yeah, man. That's my repeat song. That was my one of my repeat songs immediately when I heard that. Him and Wayne, of course, him and Wayne, of course, doing what they do um, on that project. And then, of course, it closes with the cipher with every Detroit rapper, and that's some you don't get a chance to see cities really team up like that. When Eminem did it, it was kind of like cool, but to see them also reciprocate that back to Big Sean was really dope. Um, Rise with Don Kennedy at the end. Um, yeah, man, Detroit 2 was a fucking phenomenal project, man. Um, he just dropped another EP just recently with Hit Boy. Um, One of my favorite songs off the EP isn't "Loyal to a Fault." It's actually the one where he takes SWV's "You're the One." And I grew up with that song because I'm from New Orleans, so they used to put that bounce music. That's literally a bounce song in New Orleans. So I love that song immediately. Um, Kind of reminded me of home. Um, what I'm trying to say is this, man. Big Sean is one of those guys that I think a lot of people, like I said, don't get the proper respect, man. And of course, um, like I said earlier, like maybe, and of course, during all that time frame, he had verses that was still killing shit. His verse on Benny the Butcher and Lil Wayne, "Timeless," off Benny Butcher project was fucking phenomenal. Like, and it goes into what I was saying. Like, maybe he was doing those first two albums just because the fuck out the contract he was in. Because you find out later on that he signed a really bad contract with Kanye, and it's just like, damn, like what the fuck, like he's even said that on songs where he's alluded to like, yo, I haven't like people think you've been signed for 4 years and I'm just able to buy my mom a house. Like, nigga, I'm just able to do that. Like, like when nigga said, you've been signed for 4 years and you've been signed for 4 years. He's like, yeah, nigga, I'm signed for 4 years, but I'm just able to buy my mom a house. Like him even saying that. Like, I love my rappers to be transparent, like to be real with the shit. Because at the end of the day, you could do the chains and the jury and all that bullshit, but the truth about their music is that eventually you're gonna have to be honest. And I feel like that was the thing about Big Sean that I gravitated towards. Even with Detroit 2, any of the projects that I really have loved by him, he's always been honest. Even the verses that he's done. And I feel like like I said, Big Sean's one of the best rappers in the game, man. You listen to the man freestyle, you can tell he can rap his ass off. Like he's one of those guys, man. I don't know what's gonna happen next with him. This new album, I'm looking forward to. If whenever he does decide to drop, he's now father now, so it's gonna be an interesting project to hear because I don't know. Will he go back and kick it with Kanye? Will he do more Hit Boy songs and Metro Boomin songs? Like, what is gonna be the tone of this project, which is gonna be really dope. Whenever he announces it, if he announces it soon in 2023, he's one of the artists I do believe is gonna drop something maybe later on in 2023. I don't know when, but maybe later in 2023 he does drop something. Um, so yeah, man. All in all, man, Big Sean is like I said, my top five of the 2010s. I think he's one of the best rappers in the game. A lot of people would say, nah, him. For me, that's cool with you, but he's one of my favorite rappers in the game. And I think out of everybody, he's the one I feel like that's had the least amount of shine, but the most interesting career because he comes from a Kanye, like, and everybody loves Kanye, but nobody want to give this man his proper respect. It's just so weird. But yeah, but Big Sean's one of those guys, and I can't wait to see what happens next. And if you haven't heard any of those albums, any of those projects, or any of those verses, go listen to it on Spotify, Apple, wherever the fuck you listen to your music. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It's been Brandon Janeau, Life and Times of Music, Big Sean. Peace.